People can argue that a clean room is not necessary to manufacture e-liquid, that it's a liquid that's being vaporized before it's inhaled. But it's a food product, it's going into your body. You want a sanitary environment where it's being manufactured. So the clean room we use is an ISO 8 clean room. It would be very high as a standard for food manufacturing, where particulate matter in the air is filtered out, besides the fact that everyone is wearing hair nets and beard nets and gloves and shoe covers and lab coats. Any particulate matter in the air is being filtered out because you don't want any of that in a liquid going into your body, whether it's vaporized or not. The employees are heavily trained in the hazardous material and hazardous waste issues involved with manufacturing e-liquid. ISO 8 is a standard for clean rooms well above what most people manufacture e-liquids in. There's a few players that have gone the route we have, where we have automated equipment, a clean room for mixing and for bottling, and we have degreed chemists on staff. It adds to the quality and the cleanliness of the product. Well, of course you're dealing with a food product, so everything should be clean. It's not practical to clean everything in-house, so we have to have a trusted manufacturer make our bottles and ensure they're clean. They're hermetically sealed in bunches before they're shipped, so that nothing contaminates them in shipping. And they're not until they're in the clean room environment are those seals broken and used in the manufacturing process. The filling equipment we use does vary depending on the viscosity of the liquid. When filling e-liquid bottles, the viscosity of the liquid makes it very difficult to reliably dispense accurate amounts. The Filomatics are a motor-driven piston pump that does it quite well. You can, at high speed, fill bottles very accurately to the exact amount you want to dispense. Right now, they're our best and most accurate way to fill bottles. Once the bottle is capped, it leaves the clean room. It exits the clean room on a conveyor to a sanitary but not a filtered air environment. The bottle's already sealed. At that point, the labeling is completed, the sealing of the bottle with a heat shrink, tamper evidence seal. On the bottom of the bottle, you'll see we have a high-speed inkjet print a 10-digit code, and that is a Julian date that directly translates to the date of manufacture. Each Julian date that is stamped on the bottom of the bottle is unique to that batch. And we will keep the records for every batch for 3 years should a problem arise. We have had our liquids tested for the nicotine levels as well as having our nicotine tested. The nicotine we use is a very high purity lab grade nicotine that we dilute down in-house before it's added into our liquids. The nicotine tests for purity and our liquids are tested for the nicotine concentration. Industry standard on the nicotine levels in the liquid is plus or minus 5%. Ours have been tested down to 0.5%. Nicotine is a federally listed acutely hazardous waste. We have gone to great lengths to comply with local, state, and federal laws regarding hazardous materials and hazardous waste handling. So in-house, anything that comes in contact with nicotine must be either hauled off as hazardous waste or decontaminated. Consistency of the liquid is very important. Our mixing methods here make the most consistent liquid on the market, and every bottle you get is exactly the same. We test every batch of everything for consistency. We keep records of everything. I tell my people in the production unit that every single bottle, they are in charge of quality control at every step of the manufacturing process. And when they pick that bottle up off the end of the assembly line and they put it in the package, I want them to look at it and I want them to realize that is quite possibly the first bottle that customer is buying. And if it's not perfect, they won't buy it from us again. So I want every one of them to be perfect.